Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today. Before we begin, I'd like to ask anyone who is calling in from a cell phone or landline to please mute your microphone so that background noise cannot be heard during the presentation. And we'll go ahead and get started. We are excited to share with you today information about the online Bachelor of Business Administration degree that's offered through the School of Business Administration at Georgia Southwestern State University. It's offered through a partnership with the University System of Georgia E-Major, and we are going to talk to you a little bit about that program today. My name is Jessica Blake-Moore. I'll be representing E-Major, and presenting with me today are Shannon Perry, Director of Online Learning and School of Business faculty member at Georgia Southwestern State University, and Dr. Suzanne Connor, who is an assistant professor in the School of Business Administration at Georgia Southwestern also. Just a note, if you have questions during the presentation, you can type those into the chat box in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. I will be monitoring those throughout the presentation, and we will answer them towards the end in the question and answer session. So we will go ahead and get started. What is this program? The Online Bachelor of Business Administration at Georgia Southwestern is a partnership between GSW and E-Major. E-Major is a University System of Georgia support service that supports high-demand degree programs across the state. And so by partnering with E-Major, Georgia Southwestern can offer their quality accredited business degree in a fully online format that's affordable, it's accessible, and it's supported by a dedicated student success team here at E-Major. So what makes this program so special? If you're attending the webinar today, you may have shopped around a little bit and looked at some online business degrees. And we think that there are a few things that really make this program as good as gold. First of all, you really want to look at the quality of a degree when you're shopping around, and this program is accredited by AACSB, which is the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business, and that's the highest standard of achievement that business schools can obtain worldwide. So you can feel good in the quality of the program. It's also taught by mostly full-time faculty members at Georgia Southwestern. And that's important because some online programs will employ mainly adjunct instructors to teach their online classes. And what that means is that they're teaching the online classes in addition to whatever full-time occupation they have outside of that coursework. So they may or may not, be treating that class as a first priority. So at Georgia Southwestern, it's important that we use as much full-time faculty as possible so that you can feel confident that you're getting the same quality of instruction as the students that are actually attending those physical classes on campus. We also have an attention to academic integrity, so that goes into our specialized accreditation. We really feel strongly about ensuring that the person who's taking that class is the one that's doing the work. We use things like online proctored exams and authorship verification tools to help solidify that commitment. We also have heard, there are myths out there that when you're an online student, you can feel lost and you don't really get to meet with your advisor and you don't know what classes to take. So we never want our online students to feel like they're on their own to navigate through the degree. So to ensure that that doesn't happen, each student in this program receives a dedicated advisor that's specific to his or her chosen discipline. And Shannon will get into the different disciplines in just a few minutes. But they're assigned to that student to help guide them through the program from start to finish. So to make sure you're registering for the right classes in the right order so that you move seamlessly through the program. Next is affordability. A lot of our students in this program are full-time working students, and so affordability is an important piece to them. You may have families, may have other things you're responsible for in your life, and so affordability is a big piece. By partnering with E-Major, you can Georgia Southwestern can offer this program at $199 per credit hour, which is very reasonable. If you have looked at any other AACSB accredited programs, you'll see that that's a very affordable price compared to other programs out there. Another component of this program is prior learning credit, and that is a certain amount of hours that are designated to give you the opportunity to receive academic credit for any learning that you may have experienced outside of the classroom. So work experience, any kind of formal training, there are different processes that you go through to obtain that credit. But we know a lot of our students have worked in business, maybe in marketing or in accounting, for several years. And so you may have that knowledge that you would have gained in a certain course in the program. So that's a definite benefit to someone who wants to move through this program and kind of expedite the process. And lastly, the program is completely online. So I know if you're like me, you're busy, you're working, you have kids, you just do not have the physical time in the day to drive to a campus and attend a class. And so this program is entirely online. It's basically taking the instruction that you would get on campus and offering it online, and that includes the proctored exams. So they are all virtual. You can take your midterm in the middle of the night if that is when you have available. So it really is a wonderful program. I'm going to pass it over to Shannon Perry now, who's the Director of Online Learning at Georgia Southwestern State. And she's going to talk to you a little bit about the different technology that's used in the program and also the different majors that are available. So I will pass it over to you, Shannon.
Thank you, Jessica. At Georgia Southwestern, we routinely use video chats and lectures within our classes in order to personalize the instruction and try to mimic the traditional classroom environment that you would get as closely as possible. Our classes are offered asynchronously, and we use taped recordings of those lectures and chats so that students can view those at times that are convenient, whether it's in the middle of the night or during the day, whatever works within the schedule for the student. And we have a short video to demonstrate some of those techniques that we use. And what we're going to do is send that out to the students that are participating today, so you can view the presentation, the video that you're seeing on the screen now, and you'll be able to watch some of the technologies that we employ within our classrooms. As you've heard, Georgia Southwestern School of Business is a smart investment of your time and energy because we focus on quality education with faculty that's committed to our students. We have 4 majors within our School of Business that we can offer through this e-major opportunity. I'm going to break down each major just a little so I can show you what it looks like in terms of the course offerings that we have. The courses that are shown here are our standard courses across the university system institution for programs in business. You may be completing these particular courses if you're currently working toward an associate's degree in business. However, we do offer all of the courses that you see here online at GSW. So it's not completely necessary to complete an associate's in business before joining us in the e-major program, because you can actually take these courses online with us at Georgia Southwestern. The students that are missing the courses in the other areas of the general core, your sciences, your maths, your histories, you can also complete those whether it's online at GSW, through the e-core program, or via transient status at another approved school. The courses shown on this screen are common to all majors within the School of Business. There are business core courses that all majors or all students within our business majors take. We do offer all of these online via our e-major, but we also will or may accept transfer credit from other schools on a individual basis. The courses that you're seeing here are required to complete a degree in accounting at GSW. But for those students that actually want to sit for the CPA exam, additional hours may be necessary. And you can gain those hours by taking, it says to pick one from the courses listed at the bottom for accounting, but you could take additional hours from those selections to fulfill that requirement, the hour requirement for the CPA exam. One thing to note about our accounting graduates, they excel on the CPA exam, and we were able to post a 67.7% pass rate. That's compared to a 55% national pass rate for first-time test takers. And those are our students from, or graduates from GSW. And our accounting program was recently ranked number 25 among the nation's medium-sized programs and number 3 among schools in Georgia. We're also proud of our Human Resource Management program. And this program was recently recognized by the Society of Human Resource Management as a premier school that turns out job-ready graduates. And this program is one of our newer programs in our online field, so we're extremely proud of the recognition that we've received. One of our largest majors, management, continues to offer quality and relevant courses to provide students with more of a well-rounded application in the business world. And you can succeed in small business entrepreneurship all the way to a large corporate setting with your management degree. And our newest online program, Marketing, this will position your student with a solid understanding of consumer and business behaviors necessary if you want to gain employment with a firm or if you want to help your own business grow. Suzanne, I'm now going to hand this over to you so you can share about the opportunities we have for our School of Business students.
Thanks, Shannon. Had to make sure I wasn't still muted. Even though you're an online student, there's still a lot of opportunities that you can take part of as part of the GSW family. This slide just shows a few of those. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about Beta Gamma Sigma. It's the International Honor Society for Business Programs that are accredited by AACSB International. Membership in this is the highest recognition a business student anywhere in the world can receive in a business program at any level, whether it's an undergraduate, master's, or PhD level program that's accredited by AACSB International. To be a part of this, you would have to be a junior or senior, and then you are recommended by the faculty based on your GPA and some other things. But it is a very high honor, and it's a great organization to be a part of, and it's also a really good thing to show on your resume because it does show you're kind of an elite of the elites. Next, I'll tell you about Enactus. Enactus is a global nonprofit organization that is active in more than 40 countries. It's funded by financial contributions from corporations, entrepreneurs, foundations, government agencies, and individuals. So what happens with this is each school has a team, or each area has a team, and the National Enactus organization for that country conducts a competition, an annual competition, which is judged by leaders from the business community. And at the competition, the teams present the results of their educational outreach projects that they do throughout the school year, and they compete to determine which team was the most successful at creating economic opportunity for other people. The Enactus National Championship team advances to the top level competition, which is the Enactus World Cup. And our teams here at GSW have done very well in past years. Moving on to internships, we actually like to encourage our students to do an internship. Some of you already may be working and have other things going on, but we do still encourage everyone to do an internship if you can. They are not required, but we do think it's a good idea in your major field of study. They can be arranged through the companies that we already have relationships with, or students can also suggest a company that they would like to intern for and bring that to Dr. Bennett, who is our internship coordinator. and he can actually work with you on those different opportunities for internships. And our scholarships that you see listed in front of you, these are scholarships that are only for School of Business Administration students. Being an online student, you can also apply for these, and I just really want to encourage you to apply for them, because you may think, oh, I'm not going to get it, I don't have a chance or something like that. But I really do encourage all of you to apply for scholarships if you think you might fit the criteria for those. And more information about these can be found on the GSW School of Business website. And just as a quick reminder, those applications are due March 15th of each year. And moving on. And these just are a couple slides of some of the companies that have hired our GSW School of Business graduates. These are only 2 slides that show a few of those, but as you can see, there's quite a few big companies included in this list. We have more than we could even put on probably 5 or 10 slides. Our students are very highly regarded when they are employed by local employers and national employers. So I think that speaks to the quality of the education that you could get through the E-Major program here. I'll let it go back to Shannon so she can tell you about what it takes to become a part of the program.
Thanks, Suzanne. Well, we would love to have you take part in this opportunity, and in order to participate in the online experience, students must meet at least one of the criteria and provide documentation showing that you do meet the criteria that we've set forth. And I've listed those on the screen for you, that you either have to have completed an associate's degree in business from a University System of Georgia school, or you can live at least 50 miles from our main campus at Americus for Georgia Southwestern State University, or you can be employed full-time where class attendance is not possible. And if you are employed full-time, then you can provide documentation from your employer showing your hours worked, or a statement from your employer showing why your class attendance is not possible. Remember, this is an or situation, so students only have to meet one of the criteria on the screen in order to be eligible for the online program. And we have this step so we can ensure that our online students are the ones that are registering for our online sections. So that gives our online students the best shot at claiming an open course seat. I've listed examples of acceptable documentation, but I want you to keep in mind that this list is not exhaustive. You can send in documentation to my office via email, fax, or regular mail to be considered. And there's just a couple of examples that are listed, like your transcript reflecting your associate's degree. And I want to caution you about this one. We have students that enter our program before or while you're still completing your associate's degree, so it's before the degree has been awarded. Once you have completed that associate's degree, please go back to the school and ask them to send us a final transcript reflecting the degree. And we want to make sure that you do this after the degree has been posted to your transcript. Sometimes there's a delay in when you actually receive the degree and when it's posted. And if you ask them to send it too early, we'll get a final transcript, but the degree's not listed. So I ask that you wait at least a week or two once you've received the degree before you ask them to send the transcript over, just so we can guarantee that that associate's degree is listed. Another way you could send us documentation is by having your employer send us a note. And we want that to be on company letterhead with your employer signing that, confirming the things I mentioned earlier, the hours that you work or your schedule, or why you can't come to classroom. And that is if you're working in Americus, that you work full-time. You don't meet the 50-mile requirement, but you do work full-time. So your employer could then send us something on letterhead saying, yes, you do live in Americus, but the hours that you work don't permit classroom attendance, and that would suffice. And the final thing would be some type of official documentation, such as a utility bill. It could be a bank statement, something that is sent to your address in official mail capacity. Please, I ask that you black out any sensitive data. We don't need that. We just need to verify that it is your name and your address that the information is going to. So just black that out before you send it to us. We have some people that will send a statement from a landlord showing where you live. That will work. Just, you know, black out any information such as the mortgage that you're paying or the final bill that you have on your utility, how much you're paying. Make sure you mark all of that out and just send us your name and the address that the bill is going to. Now that you know what a great opportunity this is, we want to make sure that you know how to join us. So I've listed the 4 steps that's necessary to get started with the program. First, you should apply for admission to Georgia Southwestern. And once you've applied for admission and you've received your acceptance, you can go ahead and submit that documentation if you need to be a part of our online program. And you can send that directly to our office. And once you've taken care of those 2 steps, go ahead and complete the eMajor introduction quiz and the GSW online orientation. And what that step will do is ensure that when registration opens for the eMajor courses, you'll be ready to complete that registration process either with your advisor or through self-registration. And I've listed at the bottom our address, gsw.edu/BBA. Those 4 steps are listed on that page with links that will take you directly to the information that you need to complete. We're glad that you've joined us today to learn about this eMajor opportunity, and we're happy to answer any questions you may have. Either you can ask them now, or you can feel free to call our office or email me with the contact information that's noted on this slide. Jessica, I'm going to turn this back over to you.
Thank you, Shannon. As Shannon said, if you have questions, you can type them into the chat box in the lower left-hand corner, or you can use the hand icon to raise your hand, and you can ask a question. Okay, does this new program affect those who are already in the online program, Shannon?
Okay, I'm sorry. I was not able to see them,
okay.
But I see the questions now. Okay, does the new program affect those who are already in the online program? Yes. We are migrating our current students over to the eMajor program. It's a seamless migration. Actually, if you're currently taking courses through Georgia Southwestern, there's an announcement in D2L that talks about eMajor, and at the bottom of that announcement there's a link that if you click the link, it will open an FAQ PDF that has, we tried to answer as many possible questions that we could think of about financial aid, about the calendar dates for registration, advisement, tuition, that sort of thing is in the FAQs for our current students. So we've also, in our external program office, sent an email to all current students using your Radar account that also has a link to this PDF, so you should be able to find information there. If not, please send me an email or give me a call with specific questions, and I'll be glad to talk about how it is. It's not going to be you're not going to have to do much as a current student to participate in the program. One thing that we do ask that you do is open the eMajor link and complete the eMajor orientation. And that is going to be necessary in order to register for classes. And one other thing, keep in mind the eMajor registration dates are different than our current GSW dates. eMajor registration does not open until November the 1st. So you have between now and November 1st to complete that eMajor orientation. If you're already entered,
sorry, I was reading the question to you. Go ahead.
Okay. If you're already entered in the online program, is it necessary to start the process again? No. You do not have to apply to GSW. You're already a student. The only thing that you have to do is to complete the e-major orientation. And that, at this point, all students will have holds on their accounts until the e-major orientation is complete. And once that's complete, that hold will be released, just like we had before with the GSW online orientation. It's the same process for the hold. So once you've completed that e-major orientation, we'll release the hold and registration will open. I already have an associate's degree from a for-profit school. Will any of these credits be able to transfer? That's a great question. We have a transfer articulation link that I can send you that will list the schools that we have agreements with and the classes that we know that transfer over seamlessly. And you can look to see what classes you've taken and how it transfers into our program. I'll be glad to look at yours for you. Our GSW Registrar's Office will actually be the one to do the formal evaluation for all core credits coming into the program. But I can kind of give you a guideline of what that will look like. But the transfer articulation link will also do so. And if there's classes that aren't listed on the transfer articulation link for whatever reason that you feel like it is similar to what we're doing here, we can look at those on a case-by-case basis as well. So what you would do in that situation, if the class is not listed, is you would obtain a syllabus from the school where you took the class, and on that syllabus it needs to show learning objectives for the course and the book that was used, and then we can evaluate that course for you to see if we can give you credit for, a particular course that you're looking at. Our core classes included in e-major. As far as the classes from GSW, I'm assuming, the general core courses, the areas A through E that you complete as part of your associate's degree at a school, those courses we do offer online at GSW, or you can take those through E-Core. The E-major classes are specific to the business school. So those would be your upper level or the business core courses that I showed, or the upper level major courses within the program that you're enrolled in. So Area F courses, the Area F from the General Core, those are offered by the School of Business, so we do include those in the E-major program. So at GSW, we have removed all of our online sections from the general schedule of classes and placed them on a particular schedule called E-major. So all of the online classes that we offer through the School of Business will be listed on the E-major class schedule. So you'll be able to see which ones that we're teaching directly from the School of Business and register directly from that E-major class schedule. Where do you find the cost per course? On the website that's listed on the screen now, the gsw.edu/BBA, that will bring you up to the E-major program guide for the School of Business. And that will list the tuition. It's shown there on that screen. It will be updated to the GSW tuition whenever they update that site. But currently it's $199 per credit hour for in-state or out-of-state students. Why is GSW changing to this program? Actually, this is our core courses, the courses that we're offering through GSW aren't changing. So it's still the same faculty, it's still the same class, it's still the same content. But we're excited about the opportunity with E-major because we're going to have, like Jessica talked at the beginning, we're going to have that support service to be able to make sure that our students are getting the best support that we can provide them, the best information, the best technical support that we have for the program. So the courses that we're offering are the same, and the instruction is the same, and the faculty is the same, but the course title, if you will, itself has migrated to eMajor, and so we're able to partner with someone that's able to provide that assistance to the student. Are you going to have another webinar? Jessica, I believe this is being recorded and pasted somewhere. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. We're recording the session today, and so once that becomes available, we will email it to everyone who pre-registered for the event, and we will also post the link on our website.
I'm sure you take credits from other schools within the Georgia school system. That is correct. So the USG schools that have the same accreditation, if you have the Associates of Business, if you have an associate's degree in business from a USG school, it's a seamless transfer. So the core areas A through F that you took at the USG school to complete the associate's degree would transfer directly into our program and complete areas A through F within our program. If it's not an associate's degree and you took courses but you didn't actually complete a degree at that school, then we can look at a course-by-course basis of what you took at that school to place within our curriculum here. And that's where the transfer articulation link will come in. It'll show you at each school, and this is not just Georgia schools, it's the nationwide schools that we have transfer articulations with. It'll show you the course there and how it will transfer into our program. Okay, will being in this program affect how our diploma is worded? Absolutely not. It's the same program, it's the same school, it's the same major, and it's the same faculty. Your diploma is going to be exactly the same as what students have been receiving in the past. You're going to have a degree from Georgia Southwestern State University. There's no distinction between online and on campus. It just shows that you have a BBA in whatever major that you've received. How can I get in contact with a registrar's office about the list of schools whose credits you accept? There's a transfer articulation link. Let's see. I don't know it off the top of my head. I was going to type it in the box. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know it off the top of my head to type it for you. But on our eMajor page that you're seeing on the screen, gsw.edu/BBA, you'll be able to find that transfer articulation link there. If you have trouble finding it, just send me an email to External Programs, and I'll be glad to email it out to you.
I just posted that link in the chat box also.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Shannon, it looks like we have one more question, and then we're going to wrap up. Someone is asking for what is the difference between a BBA and a BBS?
I'm not exactly sure what a BB. I'm not familiar with that.
Angelique, you may have just meant a BS. A BBA is a Bachelor of Business Administration, and a BS typically means a Bachelor of Science, if that's what you meant. And they're just a different names of degrees. Okay, I think that's all of the questions we have. If you think of anything afterwards, Shannon's contact information is up on the screen. I will also send a follow-up email with contact information for all three of us. Please feel free to reach out via phone or email if you have any questions, and I will also send the recording of this webinar probably tomorrow when it is available. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you in the program.